Hey, everybody, welcome back. We are starting off our new season, season 5, with a new format called In the Wild. Just like anything we do in life, we should evolve as we go. And this season, we've got some new things planned. And me personally, I know Nicole does too. I like watching reaction videos. I love to
Mhm.
watch an opera singer that reacts to heavy metal videos. Her name is The Charismatic Voice on YouTube. Go check her out. I also like to watch the chef reaction videos. So today we're going to do some reactions. What you got,
Yes, this
Nicole?
is no, you said it perfectly. We didn't know what we didn't know, and I'm gonna have to close out this one. I'm doing some testing on my system today while we're in the podcast. Haha. So yeah, we didn't know what we didn't know, right? And we've come up with a new system that we think is going to be highly entertaining and fun. So the segment is going to be in the wilds, which is week 1. So it's going to be our reaction to videos, Reddit posts, social media trends. It's going to be just whatever comes up in the viral world that we think is appropriate for our niche. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm actually really excited about this. And I do like those reaction videos a lot. Who's that one that what's his name? It's the chef one too. Uncle
Yeah,
Roger.
that.
That's my favorite. That's my
Oh,
favorite Uncle Roger.
the
And
one
boy,
that
does he not like Jamie.
the one that I watch is it's straight up just called Chef Reactions on YouTube. It's a middle-aged guy that had to stop working and being a chef, and he stays at home and takes care of his grandmother now and does YouTube videos, and he's become
That's pretty
quite
cool.
popular. Yeah, he has a whenever he reacts to like an old lady doing a cooking video, he you can tell he's got a soft spot for old people.
Oh, that's sweet. So yeah, we decided that you know what, we never see this in our area of the work world. We don't really see this too much for like teacher videos or coaching videos for teachers or the whole gambit. We just don't really see it that much. Even like social media posts reacting to them and stuff. We see
Right.
this we see this a lot on reels and stuff for people's general life or the crazy things that happen
Mhm.
in the world, but we never really see it for our area of the world. So we thought it would be fun to bring a light to it and a bit of humor.
For sure. For sure.
So what have you got, Jay? I know you found something interesting. I had found some stuff, but I
I
think you found the gem.
well, we'll see. We'll see. Uh, this is my first time doing anything like that. Let me rearrange stuff on my screen. So what I've got is it's from a channel called Etacude English Teachers, and it's a pretty big teaching channel. It's almost 260,000 subscribers, and this video has over 200,000 views. And
Okay.
it's an older video. It's like 5 years old, but I think some of his tips are valid, and some I think are obviously 5 to 10 years old. Um, my first thing be maybe this isn't the best way to start your video with this picture. This
Oh my goodness.
this
So,
might not be the best way to start. I don't know. I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
right? So, yeah, I don't think this was the wisest choice here. Um, yeah, everybody knows that while I'm a teacher, I also do, some business consulting and coaching. And yeah, this, no, no.
All right. Let me let me so what he's got here, this video is segmented into the 10 tips. I'm going to show a little bit of his intro, and then we'll go right into the first tip. We
I
won't
like the
watch
background though. I mean, the background actually
that's
really gets you know it's
yeah,
school related though. I mean, it made it obvious. So,
right, right. Here we go. Here we go.
Online. Hi, I'm Eric from Etacude, and in this video I will share 10 online teaching tips for young learners. On this channel, we talk about teaching in general. We've also...
So
Is that a person or is that a robot?
that's a person.
Oh, it
That's
is.
a
Now, I
person.
don't mean this like in a terrible way, but it looks
Yeah, I
like
know.
the pre-AI robot versions of.
Well, I feel like he's talking like he would talk to a student. I don't
Yeah, I
feel
think it's the wrong idea.
it feels very stiff and very, he's making sure he enunciates everything very clearly and he's speaking a little slowly. We're teachers. We can speak normally.
Well, also, is this one of his
recently
earliest videos?
started
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I was saying, is this one of his early videos? Is this one of like when he first started? Is one of the earliest ones?
I don't know, but
It might be.
he needs a different microphone for sure. At this level of doing YouTube videos with this many followers and subscribers, he really needs to invest in a microphone.
Oh, that reminds me. I forgot to unpack since I moved my podcast mic.
Me too.
Sorry, y'all.
I didn't. You got what you got right now.
Right? Yeah.
Focusing on teaching online. Many people have come to me and asked, Eric.
He's reading. Which is fine. Why don't we jump right to the first tip? What do you think?
Yes, let's go to the first tip. What is it?
Props. Before I click play, what's your feeling on props?
Overrated, so bad.
Right.
I think you should have your core set that helps you actually do your job well, that works with your teaching style. I mean, I do have, like, I have this, right, with the magnetic thing here. Ask me how often I use this.
Probably never.
Almost never, but I do have
Right.
one or two students who it does become helpful, so that's why I have it. But I use this like maybe once every 8 months.
Mhm.
But actually, to be honest, the one thing that I actually do use more than anything is this little guy.
Oh my gosh.
No, because he looks like the owl from Winnie the Pooh. And I have a
Uh-huh.
couple younger students who sometimes get a little weepy or get upset. And if I bring out the owl, it calms them down and we can go through class. But
Okay.
again, this comes out like once every 6 months. And that is literally the end of the props.
I don't use any. I use no props. Nothing. My thing, if I were in person, that's different. That's different. I would use them in person. But let's see what he has to say.
Use props. You need to get your learners' attention. So instead of a dull background, make it fun and entertaining. Keeping them focused is easier if you have props around. You can have a board to use. You can use puppets. You can use toys. You can use these flashcards. Use anything you can.
So, like the flashcard thing, I don't feel the need to have actual physical flashcards. I can do those online.
Yeah, see, that's the difference we think between in person and online.
Right.
So I will admit, when I first started, I used to have like 2 racks, and most of them I actually made myself. I made my own cards, like hand drawn and stuff. But I had cards that I had, and it was very easy and very nice to use. But as the virtual backgrounds became more popular and I didn't have to worry about my actual background, it became harder and harder to use them. So I learned that why am I spending the time with something that's so tiny and I got to put right up to the mic, right up to the camera, when I can do it right here on a whiteboard with the tools provided to me, and it's actually bigger. The kids can write on it themselves with their tools.
Right.
I think it's very outdated.
Right. So do I. Should I just skip ahead, or you want to watch the rest of the prompts?
No, I think we should skip ahead. I think it's the mixed bag here. Again, I think this has something to do with a very personal teaching style. I do think that particular for online is a little outdated.
So do I.
Excitement. Video takes away. Number 2. One basic idea. Keep your lessons simple. Most teachers will try and overcomplicate a lesson because they don't think it is hard enough. Remember, These are young children. They are not at your level. Take it slow. Make sure they understand the basics. In every lesson, there should only be one point to focus on. A grammar point, a takeaway at the end of the lesson.
I actually am not going to disagree with that. I think a
Me
lot
either.
of teachers overthink it and way
Right.
overdo it.
Right. And, you know, I just the other day, I spent the entire 25-minute class just doing do and does and doesn't and don't.
I was like was and were, and then
Right.
like wasn't, weren't, like an
Right.
entire lesson on simple
Right.
past tense. Or, you know, I
A
mean,
whole 25 minutes, nothing but that. Yep. I
well,
did
and,
that the other day.
yeah, and people have to realize that the class is 25 minutes, but you have to do a warm up and intro, and then you have to do an exit. So you really have about a core, about maybe around 15 minutes of actual, like, this is the subject we're doing today, right?
Right.
I agree with him. I think teachers
Yeah.
forget that students are not at your level and they make it too complicated.
Right. Right. There's
I
too
think that's
much,
perfect.
you know, there's vocabulary, then there's a story, then there's a grammar. It's a
Right?
lot.
Like,
It's a lot for
break it.
25 minutes.
Yeah,
You know,
break it up a bit.
and I'm talking like A1 level, but when you get to like A2 and B1 and B2, it's a little bit different. You can do a little bit more because, especially at the B1 and B2 level, they've seen the grammar stuff a million times. They've seen it by then. They've done the present continuous 647 times by now.
Right?
Um,
Yeah,
so,
at that level, the teaching style changes a bit. At least I know you and I are pretty similar in that regard, where we do more of active participation and real life
right,
usage, and we correct as we go, not a specific, okay, this is the grammar we're learning today, this is the words we're learning today. It becomes more of an organic process for them to put it together. But at the lower
right.
level, what he's talking about, spot on, right on.
Okay. So far, Mr. Etacude here is 1-1.
1 for 1.
All right, let's see.
Scorecard initiated.
Tip number 3.
Number 3, excitement. Video takes away 20% of your energy. Smile, be expressive, show your emotions, vary your voice, and use it as a tool to keep them engaged. Number
Ah,
I see
disagree with.
people go over. Yeah, I see people go over the top with this. And I compare it to, let's
Clown?
say you bring a you bring a new puppy home, and he's in the cage from where you brought him, and he's terrified. Well, you don't go acting crazy. It's just going to terrify him even more. I think you should definitely smile. You know, um, no RBFs. If you don't know what an RBF is, I'm not going to say it on here. Most women know what this is.
My sister has mastered this effect, just so you know.
It's
Yeah.
resting
Face.
something face.
Witch.
Beach.
There you go. Combine it and figure it out, y'all.
Right.
Okay, so I have a mixed bag on this one. I do think you
too.
need to have excitement. I do think it takes a little bit more than it would in person to get that attention. So there's ways to do that. But I also think there's a line that a lot of teachers go too far on, where now
Yeah.
your class becomes like a circus instead of a learning environment.
You
You've
know,
taken away from the teaching.
I think for a shyer kid, you need to be a little bit more reserved. You need to be more calm, more reassuring. But then you got the kids that are just completely nuts in class. That's when you can be crazy if you want. That's
And I
when you
have a
can.
mix of those, It's
Yeah.
like, again, it comes down to knowing your audience,
Right.
right? Testing
Right.
them out. I disagree with the fact that you lose 20% of basically your effectiveness, is what he's basically saying without saying it. That's what I
I
feel
don't
like
know.
anyways.
I've never taught in person. I've never taught in person.
I
Maybe
have.
one of our Well, maybe one of our viewers, our millions and millions of fans, maybe there's somebody that's been a classroom teacher that could
Oh,
comment
classroom,
below
yeah.
on that. You
See,
know,
I've had a preschool before in person and an after school program. I've always been a private teacher. So I will say that it is a completely different learning environment and skill set between in person and online. And if that's
right?
what he's talking about, then I kind of agree with him. To be
Okay.
fair, I will be fair. If he's talking about that type of energy, yeah, you do lose. There's a huge segment that teachers in person are used to having the interaction that's not the same online. So it's a huge skill set change.
Tip number 4.
So wait, was this a win or lose?
4, fun activities.
What's that?
Was this a yay or
Um,
nay?
I'm gonna go a nay on that.
I did the scorecard.
Oh, you're keeping score? Okay, good. I'm gonna go nay. You can
I
go
agree
yay if you want. All right.
All right,
I
let's get
think
her.
I think if you're too excited, I think you become a prop and not a teacher anymore.
That's kind of where I was going with. I mean, I know
Yeah.
people who've got like flashing glasses and all kinds of weird, you're just like, where's the
Yes,
teaching?
my God, the the headbands they wear with the ears on top.
I'll do that
Oh
for
my God.
Christmas just for fun, but like not all the time.
I'm the no fun Jay. Okay, fun activities.
All right, let's go.
You can use games like scavenger hunt. Tell them to find something in their houses. Something red, blue, starting with the letter a fruit, a shoe. Pick 3 objects and tell a story using the items. So many creative ideas you can look for in there.
He's talking about Realia.
Well, to me, this is age dependent.
Yep.
I'm not going to do this with a 10-year-old, but a 5-year-old, yeah. Yeah.
I have done it with the younger kids who are like preschool level, like learning vocabulary, building skills, you that's what I've used the whiteboard because the kids will copy me, something like that. It's easier for them to the motor skills. I'm not going to say this is a bad idea because I have
Right.
done it. It is
I
valid for
wouldn't
the
do
little
it.
kids.
I wouldn't do it every class, though. I just wouldn't do it every
No.
class.
No, I think maybe I would do it more of like a wrap up to maybe a topic that we've learned over a couple lessons.
Right. Right.
Environment.
Oh,
Number
fun activities.
I'm
Okay.
going to say yes. I'm going to say that, there's other ways you could do this. We don't know some of the other older kid activities. So
Okay. It's fine. Number 5.
Use their bodies. This is where I get you. Eric, it's online. That's the last thing I can do. But you forget, I'm Eric, the master teacher. Get them to stand up.
The master teacher.
I don't want to be rude. I'm sorry, but that cracked me up.
The Yoda of teaching is right here.
Master teacher am I. Or I am, right? Oh, that
It's
is
not
a
done playing. That's
okay,
a
go.
big title to throw on yourself there.
Oh, I agree.
Do yoga poses, act out words, act out sentences, play charades, send them a private message with a word they have to explain. Ask yes or no questions, pizza or cake, blue or red. Let them touch the screen or move their heads to say yes or no. Do you like Shrek? Do you like Iron Man? Yes, no. Let them stand up during class. Repeat words while they're in different positions.
Yeah. I have a couple students where I'm just thinking, man, that'd be the fastest way to like have a class get out of control so
Right.
quick.
Exactly. 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 That's what I'm thinking too.
Because I'm not there in person to be like, yo, sit down.
I kind of group this in with props. Why do I need an Apple prop when I can show a picture of one on the screen? I don't know why I need that. Same thing here. Why do I need to do that when I can show a picture of it?
Well, the thing is that I have done something similar to what he's talking about, but not to this level. This is, to me, I feel like this is extreme for online because it'd
Right.
be so quick to lose control, especially if you had a
Right.
group class. But I have done like Simon Says, right? Because the
Mhm.
kids think it's funny if I lose. I do have kids put their thumb. Yeah, I do it on purpose. It's obvious,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like the thumbs up, thumbs down, and this is mostly because I have the Mac and they like it when my stuff pops up, right?
Right.
Um, and I'll do that because some kids, for some reason, won't respond as well if they have to verbalize yes or no, but they'll do thumbs
Mhm.
up, thumbs down, like they
Yeah,
understand the
yeah,
meaning more. But
yeah.
that's about as far as I go, or maybe clapping. We do have a couple songs that I have a couple kids who prefer a special song. But other than that, that's about as far as I go with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
just, I just feel like
I
the kids
try
do
to
it.
keep the focus on the teaching and the learning, not the
Yeah.
activities, not the,
Yeah.
you know, I do have one kid, he's like 13, that is a grammar train wreck. So now every time he makes a grammar mistake, he's doing 5 push-ups for me.
That's awesome. I love this kid. You've told me about this. This is so awesome. Now, one of the things that I do specialize in because it runs in my family, that's why I pulled my son out of school and I've homeschooled him all the way through high school is ADHD, right? And there are some kids that are super hyper. And that doesn't bother me at all because I'm used to it with my own son. He's a grown adult now. So those kids, I do have a specific system I work with them, but I use it more as reward based, right? And teacher will join in and do some crazy fun things, but it's not
Oh no,
something that's like,
that's punishment for me.
but I only do this with like a certain subset of students, right, who actually need it to get to the learning part. This student in particular that I had, she had to start every lesson with a specific song and she had to end with a song.
Right,
And I told mom, don't worry about it. She'll grow out of it. She did. She naturally just stopped asking me for the songs. I wouldn't play them unless
right.
she asked. Now she doesn't do them at all. And she's actually doing really well and a great student. Whereas before mom was so concerned because she couldn't even sit for a 25-minute class.
Good.
So again, reading the room.
Yep. Right. Okay. So what do you think about this? Is this a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Yeah, that's a hard one for me because I think it's not something that a new teacher should probably try right out the gate.
Right. I know certain students I could never do this with.
You'd lose cred
It's,
so fast with a lot of students doing that.
nothing would get done. Nothing would get done.
No.
And I go
I'm
back to his one that I really liked was one idea. So if we're going to do one idea, that means we need to learn it. And I think that this can take away from that and distract from that very easily.
I think that this would work if it was connected to the one idea, like it was in a game
Right.
specific to that idea. Then I would absolutely be 100% behind this.
Right. Okay.
So we're going to go with a
So
no on this then?
man,
You want to
the
give it both?
teachers are gonna hate us because I know a lot of teachers that do this kind of stuff. You
I'm going
know,
to say yes and no because like I said, I think I'm going to give him a double points, yes and no on this one. Um,
you're
just,
Switzerland. You suck.
to be honest, I really want to say no though, because in the majority of my classes, I'm not using this.
Right.
It would go,
I'm gonna
it would
say
take
no.
away.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
then
say no.
I'm going to
It
agree with
doesn't
you.
mean my man Eric here is a bad teacher. I do not mean to say that at
No.
all. What he does probably works great, and that's why parents have selected him. They like that. And
Yeah.
there's different strokes for different folks. Okay, here we go. Next one. What do we got here?
6.
6.
6. Chance. Use multimedia. Most textbooks have an ebook format which you can use on your computer with the share screen function. Play audio clips and create chants. Chants have been one of the staples of teaching English to young learners. So play a song and create movements that they can copy. They will have so much fun doing.
I'm not against this, actually. Believe it
I'm
or
not
not.
either. I've actually done this. This
Right.
is fun if it's connected to the vocabulary. Like
Right.
I told you, I've done head, shoulders, knees, and toes. We've done Simon Says.
Right.
I spy with my little eye, and sometimes it'll be an actual thing on the thing. Where's Waldo?
I created one.
Oh
At the
yeah.
beginning of the class where they say, "Oh, what'd you do today?" "Oh, I did my homework." And I go, "Okay, repeat after me. I like homework, homework is fun.
Oh, the Barney song. No.
And they'll go, I hate homework. Homework isn't fun.
I actually don't think this is bad. This is very creative,
I'm
I
okay with
think.
this.
I think it's
This
really
isn't
creative.
me. I'm not a singer in class, but I know it's effective, and I'm definitely not against this. I'm
No, and this
definitely
is
not against this.
this is short and sweet too. So I
Right.
think this actually fits into a class really well. I actually am not against
And
this at all.
usually those chants in the book are directly related to what you're learning.
Mm-hmm. And he's right. It is effective. I mean, to this day, I can, what is that, like seashells by the seashore, like those tongue twisters that we had.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Yeah. And so
thumbs
way
up.
to go,
Yeah.
Eric. My man, Eric. Okay, here we go. Number 7.
Doing it. Number 7, engagement. Get your students talking. Ask them questions. Let them explain themselves. The less you talk, the better your class will be. Cut down on the teacher talk time. Keep it at the back of your mind that you want them to talk. That will also train your students to be more responsive during class.
I'm like,
100%.
that's like teaching 101 right there. ESL teaching 101 right there to me.
Yeah.
That's like,
I agree. But, it's good that he put it in there, though, to remind
Mhm.
people, because there
Yeah.
are a lot of teachers that get so ingrained into, I must teach you this, instead of giving them
Right.
time to talk back and ask
Right.
questions.
right.
So he's spot on. That's good.
Number 8, personal. Talk about their interests. Ask them about their lives. Let them share their hobbies and who they are. They will love you for it. I like to do a show and tell with my students. What's your favorite toy? And they bring their favorite toy. Tell me about it. Where did you get it? Number 9.
Yeah.
I think, though, that stuff, after the first few classes with the student, you already know that. You've already talked about it. So you've got to do
Vary
more.
it up.
I have tried to do a show and tell in class. It never really worked very well. But that was a long time ago. I'm 1,000 times, I'm master teacher Jay now. So maybe I could do it better.
I do have one student we do a show and tell as an opening. Right now, I haven't done it in years. I'll be honest with you. It's been a long time. It's something I reserve for a certain set of students. This particular student has an extremely high verbal vocabulary. He's backwards compared to the other students. Most students that come to us can read and write well, but not speak
Right.
well. He's the opposite, where he actually can speak insanely well,
Right.
but cannot do the other way around, right? So he suffers with holes in certain weird areas. So we do this to get him thinking of how to put things together a little bit better. But I don't disagree with this. I do think you have to be careful about being bland very quickly.
Right. Right.
So I'm gonna say it's a good one.
All right. I'm okay with it. Yeah.
I'm
All right.
okay
Here
with
we
that.
go. Number 9er. That's what I say in class. I don't know why I just did that now.
Routine. Have a fun start to the class to set a positive atmosphere. By raising their excitement at the beginning of class, they will be more engaged during the lesson. At the end, finish on a high. Thank them for their time at the
I don't thank them for their time, but I do make sure to let them know what I thought they did really well. And I tell them I'm proud of them too when they've really reached a milestone. I think that's very
I,
important. I think teachers forget
and,
that.
and I think, especially when they're just starting out, they're very low level, having a routine is, especially at the beginning of class, is super important.
Yeah.
I have one that I start the class with the same questions every time. He hasn't quite got them yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
I do the exact same thing. When they're those
Mhm.
beginner students, I have the exact same two questions that I ask every class. And when they finally figure out how to master the answer, that's when I
Right.
start changing the questions.
Right.
So yeah, I have a routine. I have like a time block that I use for myself. I know the first 1 to 3 minutes is going to be the intro with that question. Then we're going to do the main part, and we've got the last 2 or 3 minutes to do something fun. Yes, and like I said, I think people really undervalue the importance of telling them when they've done something good because we spend so much time
Yeah.
correcting. I think a
Right.
lot of teachers. So I think he's right.
Yeah. Good job, Eric. My
Yeah,
man, Eric. All right.
doing
The
good.
end. Students often only remember the way you made them feel.
Hold on. This is the last one.
Students often only remember.
Hold on.
No,
Thank them
number,
for their time
that's
at
part
the
of
end.
9.
Students often only remember the way you made them feel when you finish class. So when they come back for the next lesson, they will be excited to meet you. And finally, number 10,
All right, here we
praise.
Oh.
Praise your students often and encourage them when they make.
I don't think we need to watch the
I feel
whole
like that
thing.
was part of 9.
Right. That's another no-brainer to me. That's a no-brainer.
Well, I
And
just feel like it was separating out like something he already talked about in number 9. So
Right,
I feel like it's really
right.
9 tips.
but I'll give him an extra point there. So
Why
yeah.
not?
Nice work, Eric. That's what I think.
Overall, he did pretty good. He got 7
Yeah.
out of 10 from us.
Yeah.
So what do you think that he did right in this video?
He asked me that. Let me go
I'm
back
terrible.
through the tips. So I think let me just give you an overall thought. I think he overvalues things like props and games and things like that, but he nails things like engagement, getting personal with the student. Not only is it good for that individual class when you get personal, but it helps you keep students for a long time. Where they
Yes.
get to the point where they couldn't imagine not having a class with you anymore. I think that's, we're here to teach, yes, but we're also here to put food on the table, and having long-term students is important for that.
I think it's very easy to forget who the actual client is. So the
Right,
student is the person in the classroom, but the client is the parent.
right,
And always, the person who pays that bill, that's the client, right?
right.
And so we need to make sure that we're hitting the targets, not just for the student, but also the expectation of the parent as well. And I think you're right that overemphasizing the fun and games and
Right.
not hitting the targets that we're paid to hit is a huge issue, and why some
And I
teachers
love
don't
the
get
one
renewed.
idea thing. I love
That
the
was a
one
good
idea.
one. Yes.
So
Um,
all you lesson creators out there that watch our video, listen to that. Listen to me on this.
Yes,
This is
because
important.
you can still have a small chant for reading or a small reading segment and vocabulary, but it's all built around the one idea, not
Right.
all this stuff jam packed. No, you need to master something and then move to the next one. And you can't master it if there's like 15 different things there. I think the one thing that he could have done to really improve this video is, first of all, remember you're talking to teachers, not students. So don't modulate
Yeah, I
your
felt like
speech.
he was talking to a kid in
Yeah,
class.
it's like really broken, modulated.
Mhm.
But I think he missed the mark in not starting with number 10 and working his way to number 1. What he thought personally was the lowest to the highest in importance.
Maybe arrange the tips like from the beginning of the class and all the way through it. I
Or
think
that
would
way,
be-
yeah, like how to
Yeah.
start and how to end.
Right.
Either way, I felt like the organization of the tips made each tip not as important as it could have been,
Right. They didn't,
or valuable.
because he could have really blended them together and made it a bit smoother that way.
Yeah. Overall, oh, and he definitely needs a thumbnail. Absolutely.
What's wrong with this?
Just not the look you're going for, I don't think.
I don't actually think that's his. Oh, it is. That's how he starts out. That's it right there. That's the
Yeah,
beginning
right
of the video.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Does he have a thumbnail? I think he did. Let
I
me
think he may have
see.
forgot to click the button when loading it that puts it as the
How to
starting point.
teach.
Yep.
No, he doesn't have the intro like we do. We have an
Okay, this
actual.
is the thumbnail. The thumbnail is still, man. Close your
But
mouth, dude.
he didn't put it as the intro though, like we do.
Right,
We have that intro.
right.
You have the thumbnail with
How
the
to
intro.
teach young
Oh,
learners.
sorry. Sorry. All right. What do you got, Nicole? I mean, overall, I don't have any problem with anything he said there. The props and the other stuff, that's not for me. I know some teachers use it, but I feel that's very 8 to 10 years ago advice.
Yeah, I honestly, you can tell that the video is 5 years. So like, but the funny thing is I know so many people, even the schools now, they want, don't forget to use your TPR. And I'm like, yeah, for the demo
Right.
class to get through to get hired. And then I'm throwing
Right.
that stuff right out the window.
We were talking about this before the recording, but TPR, I think we do enough of it naturally when we're teaching that we don't need to do that to focus it. And that, you know, 11 years ago, I never remember hearing the term TPR.
Yeah, right.
Somebody invented it along the way.
Well, and the thing is that with, okay, so technology, you and I are kind of, a bit on the techie side. So, but like, technology has evolved massively in just the last 2 years of teaching. And
Right.
the amount of things that I can use for free online in my classroom, I don't even need any of the props anymore.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
it's,
And the kids are very digitally inclined now.
and they
You
love
know,
it.
right, right, right. They would rather put things on the screen and drag things than watch me holding an apple or,
Right?
doing any
Like,
of that stuff.
I mean,
Yeah.
there are a few rare times where I actually have stuff around me that's relevant that I'll use and show them, or they've asked me for something and I'll go get it and show it to them. I mean, that does still happen once in a while, but
The last prop I used, kid didn't know what a phone was, so I held this up.
right. I mean, to be fair, I actually use my phone and show them stuff on my phone more than anything else. Which it's just, I think that a lot of people have not gone into like the modern way of teaching where the kids are
Right,
they know this stuff online. That's
right,
why you and I have actually changed platforms that we use as the majority of our teaching. We don't even use Zoom as much as we used to.
right,
Um, so yeah, I think new teachers should definitely, one idea, be personal, make sure to praise. I do agree, don't overdo it. Definitely you need to do the sandwich, I think is what he missed the mark on. I think he should have done the, what you
good
didn't do
thing,
right,
bad thing, good thing.
good thing.
Right.
Yeah. You should do the sandwich. I think that's always the best idea with the kids. Like, this is what I like that you did. This is what you didn't do so well, but this is how we can fix it and do it better, which I think you can do. That's kind of how I sandwich. Um, and I think that's more effective than just praise. Because if you don't have praise with a purpose, I just think it's superfluous. It's just like it's not effective. There's nothing
Right,
connecting it to the lesson. So what's the point?
right.
I don't know. Honestly, I think I'm going to save my Reddits for next time because we hit our mark today on time just doing the one.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Okay. No
I know,
problem.
right? So
Mhm.
I thought this was actually kind of fun. I think we're going to give him a thumbs up. It's probably one of his
Oh,
early videos, 5
absolutely.
years ago.
Absolutely. I don't have to agree with everything somebody does.
Nah,
And if I don't agree with it, it doesn't mean it's bad at all. You know,
you should check
I
out some of
think
my early videos.
somebody that's new to teaching would do very well following all of his advice.
Yeah, I don't think any of it actually was bad. I
Right.
disagreed with a couple things just from my experience and your experience and the way we teach, but I don't think anything that he said was like detrimental or you shouldn't do.
Right. No, no, not at all. Not at all.
I don't think you should try it all at one time.
Right. Do it all at once. Do it all. Imagine the pandemonium in the class.
Right? That's what I was thinking. I was like, whoa, overload. I think you would be like the crazy teacher.
Right.
So interestingly enough. Okay. Yeah, I think that was a lot of fun. I definitely,
Yeah.
we're going to bring that back. Tell us what you guys thought. Give us your opinions. What did you think of our review or the teacher that we showed online? Next week, Should I put it out there?
Okay.
That means we have to do it. We've been putting it off.
What is it?
OET.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll do it.
We'll do it. All right. We're bringing back OET. Okay, so
Well, they've never seen it. They've never seen it.
I know, but we are bringing it back.
Right.
Now I'm
Right.
yeah, you know. So we actually have another channel that we do OET recordings. It's a type of testing for the medical field, and they have to listen to recordings and then, you know, answer questions about them. And we do the recordings ourselves. And we are now, as it's a teaching thing, we're going to do it live. We're going to do our recordings live so you can listen to us, you know, screw it up and do funny things. And maybe join the scavenger hunt of what we added in and who noticed it. We won't tell you what it is. Until the next episode, you have to come back.
Right. Right.
It's actually a lot of fun for us. We have a
Yeah.
lot of bloopers. The other channel that we use, maybe we'll link it down below. It's definitely edited.
Right.
So you're going to watch the live process on this one. We thought that would be fun, but you'll get the edited version on the actual OET channel that we have.
Sure.
And we'll explain what OET is and what that week is. So we're going to call week 2 the test lab because we do a lot of testing help in various forms. You know, obviously the IELTS and the KET and the TOEFL and all that stuff. But our main focus will be the OET. Did I forget anything?
Good. Nope, we're good. See you guys. Get out of our lab.
Adios!
Get out of our
Get
lab.
out of our lab. We're gonna come back from the wild today. All right. See you later, you guys.